On July 29th, 2024, deputies respond after a restaurant dispute takes a serious turn.
61 3rd. Can you find out units can slow down?
211, could you advise?
202.
Copy incoming units, 202 respond.
But as of right now, I just need you to put your hands behind your back. Just drop the cigarette. You're not in trouble. You're just being detained right now for my safety. You do have a signal. You have a firearm on you.
Okay.
Where's it at?
It's on my right hip in a holster.
211, how many units do you need?
Two more. I've got a whiskey.
I have kids in the car, so I don't want to leave it.
I just want you to take a deep breath. That's all. We're gonna hear every side out.
Jail. I didn't touch her. I didn't do anything.
You're just being detained because again, that's just a
Procedure.
procedure right now. Okay.
I'm like scared now. There's like so many
I've already read
cops
Miranda.
here, dude.
Dorsey's inside talking to the other guy. She's advising that they got into a verbal argument.
I didn't touch her. I just
She
wanted
left
to
and then
get
she went back in to
my
get her kids to leave. But she said she denies ever showing her.
I didn't show it to nobody.
No,
I fixed my shirt because I have a toddler and I noticed that my shirt's loose. So I noticed it was kind of showing and tucking in as I was buckling in my toddler. So I went like this to pull my shirt down.
We're gonna figure it out.
That's all I
So you're not under
did.
arrest or anything
I
right
didn't
now,
want
it's
it to
just-
be shown for that reason because I was afraid that they were going to think that I was trying to do that. So I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to pop out of my shirt. And I was having a cigarette, so I don't like to leave it in my center console with my 4-year-old in my car. So I put it on my hip, so that way there's no risk of my 4-year-old getting to it while he's unbuckled in there.
This is so unnecessary, bro.
So dude, she's gonna say that I tried to put my hands on her. She's gonna say all this stuff that she got in my face.
It's okay, we have multiple witnesses.
I just wanted to get my kids, dude, that they had
Honey,
inside.
hey, I know. She's got anxiety, she's bipolar, depression.
I just
all
wanted my
diagnosed.
kids. I have postpartum. You're
just gave birth
separating me
2
from
months
my
ago.
kids. Can you please check on Luca?
This is fucking embarrassing, bro.
This is so embarrassing. They told us to leave, and that's what we're doing. They wouldn't even let us pay our bill. I tried to pay the bill. They didn't even want us to do that. They told us to just go. So that's what we were doing. I was just sitting here smoking a cigarette.
There was a gentleman inside that was cussing up a storm,
Yeah.
yelling, and I have a 4-year-old and a newborn, and he's cursing, and I'm like, hey, if nobody's gonna shut him up, who's gonna?
Yeah.
Do I have to? And that's all I said.
Mariah says the problem started inside the restaurant and that she only stopped outside while leaving. But once deputies hear the other side, the call takes a more serious turn.
Care of it. Like, somebody's gotta do it. I can tell him to shut up.
But then that's going to cause a confrontation, and that's not what we wanted.
And then I walked away, and then I sat down with my family, and then when I came outside for a cigarette, then he wanted to start to get mouthy with me. The owner of this place, which is probably the one who called.
No, it was probably her.
Or her. Well, that's his wife.
Because I wasn't even talking to her, and she was sitting at that table, and I was talking to him, and then she started calling me bitch and getting in my face and doing this and coming after me, and I'm
She never even talked to her.
Yeah.
As she was trying to make her way inside, she was the one that started the whole
Yeah, and just
the whole
started
thing.
screaming and yelling at me and calling me all sorts of names. I
Calling
was
me
like,
a
I will
drug-
never
calling me a
eat her
drug
again.
addict.
Yeah, calling me a drug addict. I'm like, what are you talking about? I just came here to have lunch with my kids. We've been coming here for years, dude. I've spent
That's
thousands.
my next question. Have you guys been here before? Like, do they
We've
know who
spent
you are?
thousands here. This is a family
parents,
place.
I'm Portuguese. My parents are from Portugal. They
We
come
had our
here
son's first birthday
once a week
here.
when they lived here, and they know them very well. So that's the part where I'm a little confused. And he said the last time my dad was here, he was an asshole.
They're taking it out against us.
And then
because
now
of your
that's basically, I
parents.
feel like what my dad did or whatever is being taken out on us now.
Like she's been
some type
rude
of vendetta
since we
or
walked
something.
in, and I'm like, I've never
Like-
done anything to her.
Dude, this shit is crazy, bro. I've never
I've never done anything to her for her to talk to me like that.
Where's the keys to the car?
No, my kids are in the car, so I think my husband has them, or they might be in the cup
Oh, hold on.
holder.
Just go in the car. Just,
My husband
Sorry.
might have them.
do you have the keys to the car? I want to close the door. I just want to make sure it's nothing wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I got my newborns inside.
And then you said newborn. How old?
He's almost 3 months. That's what I'm saying. I would never try to do anything to put myself on risk to not be around my newborn. I'm not like that. But when I'm getting screamed at, I screamed back. That's it. I screamed back. I didn't think I would get arrested for screaming back at somebody.
Well, did they do anything violent towards you, or is it just a yelling
She started
match?
coming at me, so her husband got in the middle of us, and I was just walking to the door because I wanted to go get my kids. My kids were sitting at the table with our friend, and I told her, I was like, I have to go get my kids. Like, you're blocking me from getting to my kids. So her husband finally moved out of the way, let me inside, so that way I could go get my kids. And then I packed up my kids.
Where's your friend at, man?
He's right there. We're supposed to be taking him home. So he was sitting there with our kids, so that way we can figure out what was going on out here. And then I went to go get my kids, put my kids in the car, and I was having a cigarette, and then you guys showed up. The altercation's been over for a good 10 minutes before they even called you guys. We were already leaving and on our way out, so I don't understand why they felt the need that there was a further issue, because there wasn't on our end. We were ready to leave and go home and just never eat here again, like we said. I don't get it. I would never do something like that.
So then at what point exactly did you take the gun from the car and put it in?
As we were getting ready to leave, when he put my 4-year-old in the car and I went to light my cigarette, I said, I don't want to leave this in here with him. So I took it out as he's putting him in, and we made the wrong decision to sit here and smoke a cigarette. You're correct. I get where now I understand what you're saying. We should have just put the kids in the car and just left.
Okay.
But I was just so flustered that I had to have a cigarette, so I took a couple drags of the cigarette, and then I was getting ready to throw it and get in the car, and then he pulled up and told me, you don't go anywhere.
Okay.
So I didn't leave.
Okay.
I'm so confused. Like, why she even called the cops? Like, we didn't even get near each other.
Okay. Just for the time being, just because a lot of people had to leave, you're not under arrest right now. I'm trying to sit in the back so I can do what I need to do. Because
I'm going to jail.
I still need to figure out exactly what occurred in the statute, but I'm having you sit in the back now. You're just detained at this time, but I need you to sit back there while I do what I need to do.
I'm going to jail.
Do you have anything else in your pockets at all, just right now? What's in your back pocket?
He took the holster out.
No, your back pocket.
Could be a lighter.
I'm just gonna take the cigarettes out. Okay.
Am I going to jail?
Like I said, right now you're detained. What's in this back right pocket?
It's a lighter.
Can you pull it out for me?
Yeah. I'm going to jail, dude.
I didn't say. I said right now you're just detained. Okay. Just sit back here for now. It's like I said.
I have a newborn. I can't go to jail. I didn't do anything. Can you take my glasses off of my face? I feel claustrophobic. And is the AC on?
I can roll the windows down and get you some air. Just like I said, I'll see everyone's leaving, right? So that's why you're sitting back here right now. Okay.
It actually happened before all of this went down and he went outside. That comment started to happen.
Okay. This is for both of you. It's the victim's restaurant shirt, child being a victim. It has resources and funds if you guys need it. All right. These are the 2 trespass forms for them.
Okay.
If you can just fill out this part of it.
Okay.
And just to clarify, you guys both felt threatened when you saw the firearm?
Yes.
Okay. So just a rundown, they were inside eating. They got upset over them being loud.
Yes.
He comes out and says to you,
Yeah, he
Shut him up or
he
I
says shut them
shut him up or I will.
and then does he go back in there and sit down?
Back in there.
And then you go and close it.
I just
closed the door.
closed. I didn't even go
And then
down.
when he closed it, that's when you heard him say,
No, he came back out.
No,
His
he
wife-
said right when I closed, he goes, "Bitch, you should have done that before,
Yeah.
okay.
or a long time ago,
And
something
after
like
you
that."
close that,
I let it go. I came back. I sat. Then we all went outside to
Who went outside first?
Babe,
She went outside.
I was
to smoke.
outside. Oh, she did, right?
She went outside to smoke, but she was quiet. And then
So she went outside first.
she went outside first, but she didn't do anything at that moment. She came back in, she smoked her cigarette, came back in. He went outside, started rambling his mouth outside and going there. I said, listen, I controlled the situation. I'm sorry you had to hear that. I controlled it. He goes, this is why we didn't come to this fucking shit. I was like, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, because there's been problems with their parents
Yeah,
before.
Yeah.
And the sister, she was caught selling drugs here.
Okay. So then you say,
And then at that point, I said, listen, just take your comments somewhere else, grab your stuff and go. Your bill is paid for. Because they didn't pay their bill.
By then, he came outside.
He paid the bill.
He apologized to them and paid the bill.
Can you just grab your stuff and go?
Okay,
They
so
already
you said
had
that.
dinner. They had everything. I said, grab your stuff and go. And then they started lingering. And then they started talking stuff. We had
so
clients here.
he came back inside?
He came back inside. So the second time when he was outside, then she came out, and then that's when she went and attacked her, and she took everything that she had on
Yeah,
her.
like she was gonna do
besides
something.
and
Besides the gun.
then she goes, okay. That's when I got in the middle. I said, to get to her, you're gonna have to go through me. Grab your stuff and leave. That's what we want you to
And
do.
she cursed at me.
And then
said
she
was
called her a
gonna break
bitch,
my
she called this, she's
face,
gonna break her
gonna come
face.
back and,
So
like,
when that altercation happened, like what was the order everyone went outside?
I'm sorry?
When that part of it happened, what was the order that everyone went outside?
He went outside first. You went. You talked to him nicely. You said you had the situation controlled. I was already outside after you went outside. Then he came outside, sat, apologized to him, said, "I'll cover your bill." Then she came outside, all pissed off, and he said, "I apologize to you, to her,
And I'm gonna cover your bill.
cover." But she goes, "No, I don't need you to cover my bill. That's not the principle. I don't need, I don't need your money or whatever." And then she's like, "We don't come here because there's always some shit," because they already heard whatever they heard from the father, his dad, right? Because there was a altercation here. I had to kick him out once.
That was months ago, many months
ago. And then she started, defaming us. That we
So it's
deserve
all back and forth.
all back and forth, and then
Back and forth.
and then I
Deputies decide the firearm being seen during the confrontation changes the entire call. Mariah denies showing it on purpose, but officers still move forward.
Always
especially
welcome.
because the little boy used to always come here. Carlos plays with the little boy or whatever.
That's yours. You have to.
And then
You
she's
can do
like,
both of them. It's for both
she's
of them.
like, "Bitch, fuck you, get out of my face." I'm like, "I'm not even on your face. I got up to say something to minimize the situation." Then she started taking stuff out of her pocket like she's gonna do something, and I came inside. So then I'm coming inside. He comes inside, and we're facing.
Did she
outside.
say anything about fighting, or she was just emptying her pockets?
She emptied
Oh
her
no,
pocket.
she
She goes,
had to
bitch, it's on.
It's on, yeah.
That's what she said?
Yeah, she said,
Bitch, it's
"Bitch is on."
on.
And then she said to her husband, "You better hold me back, or I'm gonna fucking kick her ass."
1
At
second.
that point, she branded.
Wait, at that point we're back inside.
So she said, "Bitch, it's on," and then told her husband to hold her back.
Yeah.
And then she branded.
So
And
then you come back
I
inside.
came inside because I didn't want any more problems. Because it's my restaurant. I'm not gonna
Yeah, of
make
course.
a fool, but I also am not gonna let people walk all over me. So we come back inside, and by then they're telling them, "Leave, just leave, just leave. He already got your bill. Just leave, please, just leave." They're lingering outside, taking their time, whatever. Doing on
Even
purpose.
after
And
she-
looking here and going like this, and then that's when she looked here. She made the body, whatever. She lifted her shirt. She
says,
knew we
"Fuck."
could.
So she was looking into the,
Yeah, she was
and then
looking
she
here.
turns her hip,
Yeah.
pulls it up, and then puts it back
Has
down.
like a turquoise holster or whatever.
So, Georgie,
And then was she
Wait.
mouthing anything during that time?
no, you have to look
I
at the
didn't. I didn't look at her mouth.
So, at the time,
I
she did that, she came at them, the lady's position.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got one up on you. So,
Oh yeah, she was ready for trouble. I wasn't. I didn't.
We don't want trouble.
Yeah, so she's gonna end up going to jail for the. You had a question before I walk inside?
Yeah, I'm just so confused because of the fact that they started that whole
Yeah.
situation, and we're in this position right now because they started it.
Yeah. I mean, either way, just first and foremost, this is going to be a written trespass form. You're not
Thank
trespassing
God.
from the business.
Thank God.
You come back anytime from this point forward, then you
Don't
subject to
worry,
arrest.
I won't be here
This is
ever
your
again.
copy. So at this point, she is going to go to jail.
What? For
Okay.
what?
For improper display of a firearm.
She never displayed it though.
Well, it's how they perceived it. They saw the firearm. They were able to describe the firearm. So it was out at some point enough for them to be able to vividly describe exactly what color and what it looked like. Okay.
Yeah, because her shirt was up. It came
If you
up.
guys were just in an argument with someone, then there should have been no reason to even touch a firearm or any manipulate it in any way, shape, or form
Oh,
because
so I
of
should
perception.
just leave it with my 4-year-old inside then?
Well, you guys should have gotten in the car and left. That's respectfully, that's what should have been happened.
Okay.
Either way, that's just how it is right now. They saw a farm, they felt threatened by the side of the farm and the way it was displayed.
Well, she was threatening us. We can't fear for our lives because she was trying to beat up my
So are you
wife.
saying that she showed the gun because she was in fear?
Yeah.
So you're saying she intentionally showed the gun?
No, she didn't intentionally show the gun.
Okay, so she didn't show the gun because she was in fear, because she didn't do it on purpose.
No. It was the only reason why it came out is because our kids were in the car.
But that should have been not an issue if you guys just got in the car and left.
I get it, but for the hostile situation, she has anxiety, right?
Yeah.
She's depressed.
So if she has anxiety, she should have left immediately, not lingered around trying to smoke another cigarette or anything.
We weren't lingering. We were putting the kids in the car.
Okay. Either way, that's what's going to happen. It's just a misdemeanor offense, it's not a felony. But she should be able to get booked and then be able to call you and figure out bonding and all that. All right?
Oh my God, dude, you guys are ridiculous, bro. I just called Kenny Goncalves, bro, your commander, and he's like, dude, that's bullshit.
That's fine.
That's bullshit.
Either way, him being a commander has nothing to do, you knowing him has nothing to do with this
I know,
place
it
and
doesn't,
time.
but
I pushed my investigation, she committed a crime. All right, and she's going to jail for that crime. But we're talking to everyone, okay? The moment they saw your firearm, they felt threatened, okay? So that makes it an improper display of a firearm. It's a misdemeanor offense, it's not a felony. Okay, so it's gonna happen. You're gonna have to go down to jail. You're gonna get booked. Once you're booked, you'll be able to talk with the jail, figure out your bond, call them, and get bonded out. A couple hours at most. Hey, just as long as it takes me to write the report. It's not gonna. You have to, yes. It's just the way it has to be. Okay, on top of that, you're gonna be trespassed. Like I said, the form's gonna go with your property, so you can't come back to this business after this point, or you're subject to arrest.
I didn't show my gun to anybody. I fixed my shirt. I didn't flash it at anyone.
Either way, just based on everyone's statements, based on the circumstances, it appears that
I didn't flash
there was
it
an
at
improper display
anyone.
of firearm.
It got this holster was like this, so I went like this and pulled my shirt over.
Just take that off of your hip for now, so the jail's gonna freak out.
Like I didn't even show it at all, officer. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So I don't know how I can report it.
If that's the case, it was out enough and to the point where they were able to see it and just
The bottom part.
they were able to describe this and the gun.
How? The whole
It was-
thing is teal.
It was out in a manner that's not for them to see. I guess I don't know. I wasn't here. I just based off
Not
statements.
what happened.
Either way, you will talk to your attorney and figure that part out. But at this time, you have to go just based on
Am I
their
gonna have
statements.
to stay the night in jail?
I don't believe so. You just have to get booked.
I breastfeed. I can't. My baby needs to like be gives me 8 hours. I don't know how. What am I supposed to do?
So you're gonna go down, get booked, talk to the jail. They'll be able to answer those questions better for you. As soon as you're booked, my report's done. It's not gonna take me that long. You'll be able to get released.
Can I at least have my phone?
Yeah. Is your phone over there?
Yeah.
Do you have a wallet you want to go with you? Do you want your wallet to go with you or no? You don't necessarily need it.
I have to close my car.
No, he'll be able to do all of that. He'll call a bondsman. It's 10%. I do not believe so. I'm not going to tell you 100% certain no, but I'm almost certain because it's a misdemeanor offense that you don't need to. It's not considered a violent felony. You don't need to apologize to me. It's just based on everything that's going on. I mean, I know what you're saying, but
I promise you I didn't flash it at anybody. My shirt got stuck.
But you can see how it looks, right? Where you guys just arguing and coincidentally.
But I
That's.
would never have my babies with me.
I hear you, but that's the reason why. Okay. It has to be this way. You'll go down, you get booked, and you'll be able to get out. Okay?
I'm a barber, by the way. That's why I said you need a haircut. I know, honey. I know.
Like I said, just a misdemeanor. She'll get booked. She'll be able to call you down there. She'll talk to them.
Will prove that they're biased against us because of the fact that he has a personal vendetta against me because of my father, an altercation that they had.
Yeah.
So they're all corroborating inside.
Honey, the longer you sit here, the
I know.
longer I'll sit in jail.
I know.
Please just
They're
let
all
me
corroborating
go.
inside to make it
All that
look
stuff,
like.
you can talk to the attorney, let them know what's going on, and
I
they
get
can
it,
try to
I get it, but
facilitate
you're
that.
the one that makes that decision, though.
No
They're
matter
all
what, I have
corroborating
to
inside.
But based off of the statements I heard, this is all
He just explained he has no choice.
it has to
He
be,
has
especially
no
because the firearm
choice.
involved. it was different misdemeanor, I could say I'll forward charges, but because the fireman's involved, she has to at least get booked
If
for
they
it.
never would have seen the gun and it was just a verbal altercation, because she's seen the teal part sticking
Yeah.
out the bottom of my pants and felt threatened.
I'm gonna take it as swiftly as possible, okay? I will. Alright?
This video is shared for educational and informational purposes, offering a closer look at real police responses. If you found it interesting, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more.